guys, it is Margaret, Texas Gal Treasures, and in this video I'm going to be talking about thumbnails, why I changed my thumbnails, what I do, and how I create them. Before we get started, go down there and hit that subscribe button and the little bell next to it so you're notified when I put up new videos all about making and saving money and improving your YouTube channel. So this is a video I've gotten a number of requests on because I have changed the style of my thumbnails. I'm going to share with you why I did it, what you should think about when you are creating your thumbnails, and also how I create my thumbnails. So before we jump into how I create my thumbnails, let's talk about why I changed my style. One, I started noticing that YouTubers that I follow and that I consistently watch their videos generally have thumbnails that I can spot like that when I'm scrolling through my subscription feed. So I know that people that I follow have a new video up without really having to read the words or see if some blurry image is my friend that has a new video out. So I thought, you know what, let me start working on that. Let me figure out a style, a color theme, something to say, hey, Margaret has a new video out. So when my subscribers are scrolling through, it's bright, it's bold, and it's easily found. So I chose to brand all of my thumbnails with this Texas Gal Treasures across the bottom. A lot of big YouTubers do something similar that has their brand across it somewhere. So it's the same across all the thumbnails. So it's something that is easy to spot when, again, scrolling through this feed. Another thing to think about is that I chose sort of a color palette, or I started playing with that, trying to see what works best. And so I started figuring out what looks best for me, because I look different than you, but what looks best for me, what looks best for my style, my brand, and all of this good stuff. I have a very bright, vibrant personality. A lot of my videos are goofy or very energetic, so I wanted to present that in my thumbnail. So I chose yellow and black for my Texas Gal Treasures, a light kind of blue background. Usually, sometimes I'll throw in a different background, but the blue one tends to work best for me. And then I try to make everything really big, really bright, really bold, and learning that you don't have to put all the words in your title in your thumbnail, that you just need something big to grab the attention, and the title will do the rest. So these are my thumbnails that I've changed to. Some of them could, and I do go back and change some of them. Sometimes it didn't work. This Etsy printful one, I had to go back and change because I put featured listings real big, and I realized, oh, it doesn't say Etsy on there. You know, this is another one that I've considered going back to change because Is It Jet? The coloring is not really popping like I want it to, so I might need to go back and change that. And that's another thing to think about. Like, it's okay, go back and change it. So some of my more popular videos, I went back and branded them and made the thumbnail a little more vibrant and eye-catching. So that's one of the things to think about. I'm going to show you some other YouTubers that I follow that create their thumbnails in a way that shares their brand, and that when I'm scrolling through my feed, it pops. So I see, oh, that's a new video from Nick and Andrea. That's a new video from Caroline. You know, and it's eye-catching, and it may not be super fancy because I put some time into my thumbnails. I enjoy it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Like this one I haven't done yet, so I need to make the thumbnail. Maybe that's the one we'll create today. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I don't mind spending time doing it because it's fun for me. So, all right, so some of the YouTubers I follow that I spot their thumbnails immediately are Brian G. This is Brian G. Johnson, and he talks all about improving your YouTube. So that's Brian's. Hustler Hacks, this is Glenn. So his don't always have the same color scheme. They were for a while, but he's got, you know, half of the screen or part of the, you know, maybe a third of it or so, you know, is the title, and then he's got some kind of image next to it. But I know it's him because of the same font. He tries to stick to the same font. Same thing here. Like, I try to stick to this same font on mine. So that's something to think about. Brian G too. Like, most of his fonts are exactly the same. It's not getting switched up. It's bold. It's easy to read. Let's see. Lindy's another one. She's kind of changed her thumbnails up too, where it's her, a light background, and then like big bold text. So where it may not be, well, I mean, it's pretty consistent on the ones that she does it on. So you can see, that's funny, that, you know, it's her style coming through on her thumbnails. Caroline, Mrs. M, who's my friend, a lot of hers have got, you know, maybe just a little image of her in the corner, and then some you know, flowers or something going on, like you see these. So some of them don't, but I know it's a new vlog from Caroline when I see those, and I'm ready to hear her intro music. You know, it's a champagne cork popping. I'm ready to hear that when I see that. Nick and Andrea, they've changed their thumbnail style more recently as well, so I know when I see that big, bold, red, yellow, black in my face that, you know, I've got a new video from Nick and Andrea up, ready to roll, so you can see that. I mean, so like I say, you don't have to get fancy like I do. You can do just something like that. Find something that you can do across all your videos. Same thing with Prof Sales. They've got their branding along the side, black, white, red. It's the same, you know, same font. And this is one, Family Fudge, that I follow. And she frequently has just strips of these certain colors that she uses, same font across the sides, you know, with her videos. So I'm just trying to show you a few. Mitchell Merch, nothing fancy, but it's the same every, you know, almost every time. Bright, black, same, change the number, it's good to go. I know it's him. Treasure Gnome, he's another one. You know, his don't always have his face in them, but I know it's him from the style of the way he formats the text on his thumbnails. A couple more. So this is the Celtic Traders, Caroline, and there's, you know, same thing, like half of it is the title or something, and then the other half is an image. So there's theirs, and they've got the frame around them. On hers, theirs, I should say. And then Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler, his is either, usually this one, what's sold, and there's a big number, or he's got the similar background with his image, and then the title has changed. So I know it's a new video from Chris when I see those things. So with that being said, that's what to think about. So you don't have to copy somebody else's style, but think about your channel, what you're trying to portray, and what kind of color scheme or branding you want to have for your channel. All right, this is a little surreal to share. So the first thing I do after I create a video, or sometimes before, is I'll create, because I don't have a photo, like some bigger YouTubers have photographs done of them like posing in certain ways, like that they use on all their videos. Well, I don't have that, and I try to personalize some of my videos if I can. So I create a little video on QuickTime Player of myself. This is what I do, to grab screenshots from. So I've created this, and what I do is I go through it. Let me make it a little bigger. Let me scoot me over here. And I'll try to find a still from this that I like, that it's going to look good. And then I take a screenshot. So Shift Command 4 is what I do, and I take a screenshot of it. Now I have some that are just kind of generic that I'll use for other videos as well. So I'll go through and see which one I like best. I'll create a few different ones. I know this is what I do. And I'll go through and just, it feels funny doing it, but it's kind of fun also at the same time. So just going through, no, I don't like my face on that one. That one, I'm like, why am I surprised? I don't know, it's just a bracelet. Here I'm happy. So, I mean, it makes you laugh, or it makes me laugh doing it anyway. So yeah, I'll come through. Now my hand is blurry on that one. That's okay, but then I don't like my big arm in it, so maybe I won't pick that one. Going through, that's okay, but again, my arm is there. So I switch sides, so maybe we switch sides. That's maybe, no, okay, I don't like that one. So I just kind of scroll through and find an image that I like. Make sure I don't chop my side of my head off. And are we done there? I'm not looking at the camera, so it's like I need to either look at the camera or look at the object, one or the other. That looks kind of funny. Why is my tongue sticking to the side there? That's weird. Okay, so I may have one that I can use already, so there's that. That's what I do to get my screenshots. Okay, so then I'll take a look at the screenshots that I have selected and decide which one I like better for the video. That one, I think, because I'm looking at what's going to grab people's attention more. So this one, my eyes are open bigger. I am pointing. Some people are down with that. I don't like the way my arm looks, but I kind of have to choose one of those, don't I? I guess I'll pick that one. Maybe I can do some editing on my arm. Is that weird? Okay, whatever. These are the things we think about, right? Okay, so I use a program, and now I've just started learning Illustrator, but I'm going to show you what I used before I really started using Illustrator. And I still use this program a lot because it's just easy for me. It's called Clipping Magic, and it is a paid site, but I think you can do a few free just to get a feel for it. So I am going to go ahead with this one, drop that image in there, and then basically you can come in and the green will be, you're telling Clipping Magic, this is what I want to keep, all this green part. This is how I'm knocking out the background. So I'm keeping that, then I take the red and I go around. It's kind of a pain with this backdrop because it tries to grab some of the little bits that matches my hair. That's okay. So I go through, that's what I do. Okay, so now that I've got it clipped out, I can download it. And the next thing I do is I bring it over to PicMonkey. I love PicMonkey. Also used to have more free versions or free options, but now there's a lot more on the paid. But I use it all the time, so I have no problem paying for it. So I come over and I brighten it up a little bit. Just depends. Sometimes it doesn't really need it. I'll brighten it up a teensy bit just to have it pop a little more. Check my colors. It's okay on my saturation level. And then I save it out again. Sometimes if I want to, sometimes you'll see that black fuzziness around me. That's if I sharpen it up. It'll create that black fuzz around me. But I don't think I'm going to do that on this one. So cancel that. Alright, so now I'm going to come back to PicMonkey again. Okay, so I come to Design, Blank Canvas, and over here, Blank Canvas, drop down to YouTube. I want YouTube Thumbnail. So it's already the perfect size. It's good to go. And if you click on this little overlay button, you can start adding in, this is where I add in my layers. So I will add in my image that I'm using, and then I've saved my, I've created and saved my title bar. Look, so those are some of the images I'll use. I saved them from other video that I can have. So I created this in PicMonkey as well, and then just saved it so I can have it to drop in every time. So dropping that in like so, so it's across the bottom, ready to roll. I've got this. I can bring it, I try to make it real big. If I don't like it, then I can flip it. You know, you can always do like so. And maybe I'll do that. And then I'm going to add in my background. That's the blue that I like to use. That's my blue background. And I drop that in like so. And then if I select Show Palette Layers, I can drop that to the back. Boom. There we go. So now I've got the bones of my thumbnail ready to roll. Do I want my head to chop off? Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Like so. And then let's say I want to put over here, this was a jewelry haul. The font that I like to use is this Luckiest Guy font. I'll come over here and I'm going to put Estate Jewelry Haul. So I've got this over here now. I want to center it. I want to make it bigger, real big. Do I need to scoot me over some more? Maybe. Make this bigger, right? And then here's where I always get tripped up. Do I want to make it yellow or do I want to make it black? Those are my two general options. So, and then I want to drop shadow sometimes. Take the distance to 0, the intensity to 100. Let's say I'm going to give my drop shadow that same yellow color that I use. It's not big enough on the border, so I'm going to make this part go like so, like so. So now I have to decide, do I like that? Or do I want, you know, and then I zoom it way out. Can I read it? Zoomed way out. Do I want to flip-flop the black and the yellow? Let's try flip-flopping it. Flip-flop black. Over here, select that. Let's get that yellow. You know, does that show up better? Maybe it does. I think so. And then I've got, look, I've got this little bit of space. I'm like, what should I put in there? So, there. So then I've got my thumbnail ready to save out. And I'll save it. And that is how I create my thumbnails for my videos. So, alright, I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any other tips or you're like, oh my gosh, I know a way easier way to do that, Margaret, I would love to hear it. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Go over there and hit that thumbs up button, and I will see you on the next one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Request for lately, as I've changed the style of my thumbnails. I've got to say, this is distracting me. Let's see if we can fix this. Lots and lots of live videos about tutorials. I just can't get it together. Just can't get it together today. Let's try again. But before we get started, go down there and hit that subscribe button.